Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of F1 2020 My Team gameplay. Today we're doing episode number 7 for the Canadian Grand Prix of Season 1. But yes, I've updated the livery. It's not almost the way there. There's a couple of things like the We Races 1 logo and the Canterbury logo on the halo is too far forwards. So I'll try and rectify them at some point. But everything else seems to be fine, and I think this will probably be the livery that we go through for the end of the season. We've got a different shade of red and a different shade of blue, which resembles more of the channel colour. So yes, and I've added Yorkshire tea to the front as well. So overall, it's a nice looking livery. But moving to R&D, we sort of stalled on R&D because I haven't got enough points, because I'm only doing this major weight reduction upgrade, which is then going to help us obviously when it's corners. It's going to help us everywhere with weight reduction. We're going to replace our gearbox as well, not that the wear was anywhere, but not a lot of people have bought upgrades. Obviously there's only a small amount of time between Azerbaijan and Canada in this calendar. McLaren there bringing some upgrades and racing points, but we're going to cross over to qualifying. What can we do? This is of course coming up to the final few rounds before our teammates' contract will be up, and that's when we will try and sign most likely George Russell, but we'll take a look at who's at the driving market at the end of the episode. You can see here what I was saying about the Canterbury logo being ever so slightly too forwards. It needs to be further towards me. Yes, moving through to Q1, and once again we are going to make it out of Q1. I think it was literally Monaco and Australia are the only times that we have failed not to make it through. We do improve. We didn't need to go out again really. We'll probably reuse those tyres for the start of Q2, but it is 15th. Perez had a penalty there for collision with Ilott, so that's something I don't have a replay of that because I wasn't watching Perez at the time, and I don't even know when that happened. So Callum only 19th in the end, so not great, is it? Yes, it's 2/10, but it's 2/10 between me and him, and it's 2/10 between getting out into Q2 and getting out into Q2 as opposed to being out in Q1. We move into Q2 then. I did my first lap on a set of worn soft tyres, so of course we're going to improve massively on this lap. 4.5 tenths up on this second lap in the session on our last set of fresh soft tyres in this session. I doubt we're going to make it through, but we are 5 tenths up. We were a long way behind Ocon, to be fair, who's had another poor qualifying, and it's going to be 14th, is that? Yep, 14th in the grid, not bad. I know qualifying isn't the best. I mean, we've got Austria to come, and that's literally not the best. Interestingly, both Ferraris going for on the medium tyres compared to the Mercedes. I expect them to do the ones. Well, no, they might not do the one stop. The tyre wear is there, but 14th for us. We're behind McLaren's as well, so their upgrades haven't really done them much compared to the likes of AlphaTauri and Racing Point. We go around Canada. Shall we see what we can do? It's time for the race for today's Canadian Grand Prix.
Bonjour! It's time once again to go racing here in Montreal, the second largest French-speaking city in the world, and home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average lap speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen and Albon, Ricciardo, Stroll, Giovinazzi and Pierre Gasly, Raikkonen, Norris, Carlos Sainz and the owner driver, Ocon, Magnussen, Romain Grosjean and Callum Islands. Russell, Perez, Latifi and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So here we are on the grid for Canada, a track that I've always done well with. Now, the strategy is going to be the personalised one of medium to soft. I was thinking about doing a one stop, but apparently, as you're going to see here, doing the one stop from hard to soft was 11 seconds slower. I'm not entirely sure that that's accurate, but that's what I was saying. So we'll go for the two stop from medium to soft. It means low fuel will have the soft tyre advantage at the end compared to the AI, who should be on warm mediums. As 5 lights come on for today's Canadian Grand Prix, and they are out, and it's a great start again. We jumped Norris on the start, so we're going to get Sainz as well, both McLarens. Can we dive it down the inside of both Alfa Romeos? Yes, we can. And we're going to get Lance Stroll as well in the Racing Point as well, trying to get Ricciardo and Albon as well, who are still fighting up ahead as Verstappen there locks up and forces a bit of a yo-yo effect. Stroll had a look at us there, but nothing to do. And as we move to the end of lap 1, trying to get past Ricciardo now on the outside, but Ricciardo closes the door and we have to take a compromise line through the chicane. And Ricciardo then just went and sailed off into the sunset before making his stop. And we jumped to lap 11 now, where the opening stint was actually quite dull for racing points. The Mercedes were far too out in front. You can see the Ferraris are still on their medium tyre strategy. They shall be due in soon. We've got Lewis Hamilton, who's in his world of his own. He's won the last Grand Prix. I'm sure he's going to win this one as well, considering the fact Bottas is some 5 seconds. Verstappen, who's on a slightly different strategy to the Mercedes, isn't doing very well as we're coming into the pits at the end of lap 13. We have been caught by Bottas. So it doesn't help. Leclerc's in as well. He's going on to soft, so the Ferrari's going on to soft. I think they're going medium, soft. And at this point, I was regretting it because Stroll's gone past, and this is when I started to think maybe we should just gamble with the one stop and gone medium to hards. We could have stretched the mediums out for a couple more laps. Maybe go to like lap 16 or something, and then fit on the hard at the end of the Grand Prix. But by the time I saw Stroll come past, it was too late to set the change the tyres from mediums to hard. So yes, all we've got to do is try and be consistent. We continually set 1:13.5s or around that 1:13.4 there. Until then, we move to lap 25. Alex Albon is going slowly, and just like in our driver career mode, he is out of the race. So we're going to use this time virtual safety car being deployed. We're still yet to see the full safety car. 2.7 second stop again. I still haven't had one of those magical quick 1.9 second stops that everybody else has been having in their My Team career mode. So yes, virtual safety car is out. It's not going to last long, but it's going to promote Raikkonen and Sainz up in there. Gasly sort of lost out since he's had his little moment, but yes, and it's frustrating that we didn't have the full safety car, but we start setting quicker times on the soft tyres, 12.3, and then after that 12.3 we just set 13 flat, which though we've lost out to Stroll again. despite the fact we were 3 seconds, we were 6 seconds, but we're closing in again. And Stroll was getting closed off by Ricciardo, but he now moves past, and we're running out of laps now in order to be able to get catch up to Ricciardo, and we only would catch up into DRS range on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. So the pace, I think, has been there. It's just the fact that the strategy, I think we should have gone medium to hards. Ricciardo on the hards as well, so I think the hards could have sort of done it if we had stretched the mediums out. We could have done the one stop and beyond for P5. As it is, it looks like it's going to be P8. We're going to see what we can do. We're not really closing in on Ricciardo, even though we got DRS. ERS is not being very good. We're trying to get, we do actually almost fall out the side the 1 second window there. So Ricciardo's managing this gap well, and it doesn't through 8 always lose out time to the AI through the hairpin. You can see Sainz has now dropped from Raikkonen like a hot stone by, and comfortably seconds and in no man's land really there. A couple more laps, maybe we could have caught Ricciardo, but we try and cut the corner, nothing to be, and it's going to have to settle for, well, it's more points, which is good news, but it's only P8 today, considering the fact that the start that we had and got into P8 at the start, it's not the best, as Danny Kvyat gets driver of the day. But yes, taking a look at the race results now, and it's another victory for Lewis Hamilton. I mean, Mercedes have won. I mean, it's getting more boring than real life F1. I mean, I know it's Russia this weekend, but still. Vettel got in front of Leclerc as well, so I'm pretty sure Vettel and Leclerc has probably maybe not grown as much as he has in other people's career mode. You watch Callum Ilott 17th, not able to move forward, quite a long way behind us, and really not great. And Russell doing the 3 stop as well, just showing how tyre wear. We're back up into P8 in the driver's standings with 21 points. Albon is sort of being dropped by Verstappen, and is sort of really out of the title race. But I mean, everybody's out of the title race here. Lewis Hamilton will wrap this up by round 10 at this rate. We need a new teammate. Callum has had plenty of opportunities, and he hasn't made the performance gains properly. He hasn't got into Q2. His qualifying's let him down, and so has his performances.
You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Well, we did at the start. We didn't do anything in the race, Claire. It would have been P9 if Albon hadn't retired, actually, which... Yes, we breezed past them at the start.
All expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you?
Well, we got points. The car shows that we got a good sashi. We just need to invest in the other areas, really.
Rival, but it looks like you're coming up top, doesn't it?
Sometimes, I mean, Kimi being Kimi can have an off day. We can have an off day. So, race by race, really.
Is for you this season?
It's very close. We've obviously been racing a lot of different teams, so it's good.
Appreciate your time.
Yep. Yeah, okay. We've obviously we beat Kimi today, so that's going to get us more points back in the rivalry. 18 points to 17 after the disappointment in Azerbaijan last time out. In terms of the team acclaim, though, we're up to level 9. So I reckon one more race we'll be at level 10, which might just be enough for Russell, as we've got a new power upgrade from Renault, so that's good. I'd like to see those emails in driver career mode, but we sort of need to invest. We now have enough points in the next episode to do this major weight reduction video. That's going to give us a big jump up the R&D table on the Sashi side, probably put us ahead of AlphaTauri. And then we'll probably maybe look at doing a couple of aero upgrades. There's one here as well, the major jump reduction. We've got an ERS, probably we'll do that at next episode as well, because the ERS was a bit poor today, but we're actually okay on the engine, so we're better than Red Bull, AlphaTauri and our engine supplier Renault and McLaren. But here's what we're looking at in the driver market. Obviously, there are a couple of drivers on 7.5 that we're looking at. Should Russell say no, but the fact that our driver acclaim is on 9, I think we should be good to sign George Russell. Obviously that will be happening in the couple of weeks time, so stay tuned for that if you haven't yet subscribed. And also a huge thank you to all that have subscribed, by the way. We're still aiming for 250. 226 is what we're on at the time of recording. So if you haven't yet subscribed, then please do hit that subscribe button for weekly Formula 1 gaming videos. But yes, our teammates contracted at 2.5. We've got Nick De Vries. If we don't get Russell and we have to go settle for an F2 driver, then I'm all in favour of chucking our lot out and putting De Vries in. I don't know what's happened to the logo at the background there. We'll have to re-look at that. But yes, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.